Hey guys, this is Lisa Mackey and welcome to the channel that helps you succeed through you. Yes, you, your own uniqueness. I want to talk about something very, very relevant. Today is March 18, 2020, and our country and the rest of the world are going through some major crisis that none of us ever expected. And most of us are realizing the seriousness of the situation because it has already hit so close to home. And so I believe that this is the best time to talk about you and to help you stay on top of your game in the midst of crisis. So with all these things going on around us, one thing that I want to share with you is the importance of understanding that there are four areas that you are actually dealing with in terms of yourself. And that is the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. So to be effective in dealing with this crisis, you have to make sure that all these areas in your life are functioning well so that you can be effective in dealing with the situations that you're faced with. And so this video is a part of a 3-series videos because I don't want to overwhelm you. And so in this particular video, I am going to talk about the physical aspect of yourself and the situation that we are dealing with. So there are 2 areas that I want to discuss with you. It's health and money. Now, for the first one, health, we have so much resources on this one. We already have warnings, we already have guidelines, and so this is just simply a reminder. I'm not going to break this down. So remember to stay healthy. Wash your hands, sanitize your hands, don't touch your face unless your hands are clean. Maintain social distance. Now is the time to eat healthy, eat your vegetables, exercise. Exercise is a necessity these days to keep yourself healthy. The last thing you want to have is any sickness because that will make you more vulnerable to be contaminated with the virus. And now is also the time to take, supplements or whatever you can do to increase your immune system. Green tea is good, lemon water is good, and whatever else you can do your research just to keep your body more healthy. And if you are a smoker, now is the time to quit smoking. I mean, seriously, this is the last thing that you need right now. You want to be healthy. And besides, you don't want to waste your money on cigarettes, which can be very expensive. So now is actually the best time to quit. So as I've said, I'm just going to give you a few reminders on that. And if you cannot even practice those basics, I don't know what else you can do. So again, a reminder to follow those guidelines. And so the other part that I want to break down more is the financial aspect. Because this is actually what we are dealing with, like the reality of the situation. And I am no financial expert, far from it. But I just want to be practical about things, and I want to share with you something practical that I know will be of help. So, majority of Americans and people in the entire world are really living from paycheck to paycheck. So there are only very, very few people who have buffers and, who have savings that can tie them over for probably a year or more. But for the most part, majority of people don't really have that. And so, this is not the time for me to preach to you and tell you, hey, you should have known this better. You should have saved money. Easier said than done. But this can also be a learning experience for us to be more prepared for the future. But what I want to talk about more is, what do you do now? So first things first, hold on to whatever money you have. And hold on to that for the basic necessities. So the basic necessities right now is food. That is now top of your list. Food. So Now is not the time to buy clothes, shoes, or whatever non-essentials unless you have all the money for it, then go for it. But now is really the time to budget whatever money you have very, very wisely. So which means that food is the priority more than the toilet paper. I mean, seriously, toilet paper costs a lot of money, and you can use that to buy food. And if you don't have food, you wouldn't even need toilet paper, right? And I'm gonna show you something. This one, this is what we use in the Philippines. It's called tabo. So if you're a Filipino or you're married to a Filipino, or if you have Filipino friends, then you're probably familiar with this, but this is what we call tabo. And you can buy this actually for probably $1, or you can use whatever bucket you have that's kind of as big as this one. And this is what they use in the Philippines. They fill it up with water and use that for washing. So you're not gonna die without the toilet paper, but you need food. So hold on to that money for food. And then check your list of expenses. So this is one of the things to do, like suggestions that I can make. You know, after watching this video, you can get a paper and a pen and just write down all your expenses. And among the list of expenses that you have, you choose which ones you can actually get rid of permanently or for the time being. What can you take off the list from the time being? Do you really need that Amazon Prime? Do you really need that Netflix? You know, I mean, if you have the money for it, go for it. But you have free videos, you know, and you don't really need to go shopping right now because you need to hold on to whatever money that you have. So again, this is just my suggestion. It's good that restaurants are closed because now, of course, you can actually do delivery. But if you can hold on to whatever money you have, that will be the wisest thing you can do. And I'm actually thinking about this, so I'm suggesting it to you as well. Now is the time to plant and grow vegetables. And if you don't have a garden, you can actually do it indoors. I mean, I am thinking about doing that, and I was doing my research. So that's something you can do because that's food on the table for you. And so think about that. Think about ways and means that you can actually save money. Check your creditors. Check your landlord or the mortgage company and see whatever assistance they can offer you during this time of crisis. And whatever resources are available, research on that and just be prepared for whatever. Now, if you recently lost your job, I can only imagine how difficult that is. And you know, no one is promised tomorrow. I have my business and I do a lot of my business from home, so I'm not really affected by losing a job. But my husband is employed and there's no guarantee that he will have his job. You know, I'm definitely relying on God for that. But what I'm saying is, I know how hard it can get when you lose your job because I've been there. And so there's a lot of emotional and mental things that go on, you know, when you're faced with this crisis and then you don't have a job to even pay for your bills. I have been seeing in the news people not even knowing how to pay their next bill. And this is what I'm going to tell you as an encouragement, okay? And I'm not the type of person who's just going to pat you on the back and tell you it's going to be okay. I'm the type of person who finds solutions to problems so that you can stay on top of your game. And so the last thing you need right now is to waste your energy and your time on worrying and on being afraid. You know, it can really get scary. And, you know, I'm not blaming you for worrying, especially if you have children. But the last thing that you need is to spend your energy and time on that, because that is going to bring you down quickly. If you are a parent with kids at home, you are the captain of the ship. And let me tell you something. When I was 7 years old, my dad actually lost his job. And you know what? I didn't even know. And I'm the eldest of 5 siblings. I found out later on when I was already an adult. And that was during the Christmas season. And looking back, I remember that we only had one gift, one toy to share with each other. But it didn't matter. I mean, as I've said, I didn't even know that my dad lost his job during Christmas time. But that's because he's a good leader and he was able to navigate the ship being the captain. And this is what you need right now. The last thing that you would want is for your children to feel stressful because you are stressed out. And so if you are a parent, I'm talking to you right now. Get a hold of yourself. If you need to cry, go to the bathroom and cry. Now is the time to pray. Now is the time to have faith. And then step back and start thinking. Be objective and not reactive. I'm going to expound more on this, on the mental, emotional aspect on another video. And so now is the time for you to step back so you can think better. And I'm going to give you some suggestions on what you can do if you just lost your job. Okay, first and foremost, start researching on resources that are available. Resources that are available out there for you. So there may be, of course, unemployment, and then there may be other resources for food or for whatever. Talk to your landlord. You know, people are more gracious these days because everybody's going through it. So don't panic, don't be afraid. Instead, look for solutions. So think of resources. Don't be afraid or scared or bashful to ask the help of friends and family, because people are there to help each other in whatever way they can help you with. And another suggestion I can give you is there are jobs available. It may just not be the job that you are looking for. I heard that Fred Meyer is hiring and other groceries are hiring because they need workers. And of course, if you're a healthcare worker, there are jobs available for you left and right. And then Amazon is hiring. So even if it's a job that you're not really comfortable doing, that's fine, because you just need this to tide you over for this time, for this crisis, so you can continue feeding your family. And then there are also available opportunities out there. You just have to be creative. You know, perhaps you can be a delivery driver for restaurants. I heard big restaurants are now delivering. Or you can actually babysit and include, you know, tutoring with that if you have the capacity and the skill to do it, and you know you're healthy and your neighbors or friends don't need to be afraid that you are sick or carrying a virus. So this is also something that you need to consider, because so many parents are actually needing help because not everybody is working from home. Some people are still out there with their jobs and they also need help. So whatever way you can help, open your eyes, open your eyes and see the problem and think of a solution for that. Which brings me to the other side of this financial and physical area that we are dealing with. So I just talked about the things that are right before you, the situation that you are facing and what you need to do, and my simple and practical suggestions. So other than the things that are right before you is the future ahead of you. So what do you have right now that is more valuable than money? Well, time. Time is one thing that you have right now in your hands that is more valuable than anything else. We always complain that we don't have time. Now you have time in your hands. Now this video is really going to help you with understanding the nature of time. And so you will also find that in the video description, so you can check and watch it. So you have time in your hands. So what do you do with that time? Remember, your success in the near future depends on what you do with the time that you have now. So sometimes we get so lost in our daily problem that we actually sabotage our future because we are just so consumed with the problems of today. So now that you have time in your hands, now is also the time to prepare for the coming future, the after crisis. So while people are still going to start climbing back up, you are already prepared. And so you will have your foot in the door ahead of everybody else. So what can you do with this time that you have in your hands? Now is the best time to plan your career. Again, this video over here is going to help you. People are thinking, oh, there's no jobs available for me, so why do I need a resume or why do I think of a career? Hey, guess what? Companies are going to open again. And if you have your resume ready, you will be the first one. In fact, now is the best time to turn your resumes in because the people recruiting and the people hiring are most probably working from home and they have the time to review your resume. You're going to be on the list, but at least you're going to be on the first or the top of the list because your resume is already there. So now is the best time. And if you have been planning to start a business, oh my goodness, now is the best time to do it. Now is the best time to plan, to make a plan. And I do business coaching. I have free resources, so check the video description, and that will also help you with coming up with a better plan for your business. And you know what? Whether you are starting, you're planning for a career, a new career, or you're planning to set up a business, or whatever it is that you're planning to do and you've been wanting to do but didn't really have the time for it, this video over here is going to help you too. So see, I have so much free resources, and it's not just me. Actually, I just started my YouTube channel, this YouTube channel for specifically. But there are so many YouTube videos available for anything imaginable. So use this time to utilize those free resources for whatever you need. So do your research, do your studies right now. You have time in your hands. Now is also the time to enroll in classes. So you don't really need to enroll in like the big schools, unless you are aiming for a bachelor's or an associate's or a master's degree. But if you want to just learn to be more effective in business, there's so many available online courses. Now, of course, these are not free, but hey, this is the best investment you can make right now. Really, if you have extra money, where are you going to spend it right now? If you want to secure your future and be assured of a better future ahead of you, where are you going to put your money right now? Of course, not in the banks, not in stocks. Of course, some people who are good at it know that this is the best time to buy stocks when it's low. But really, what is going to help you at this time is for you to be prepared. And so if you attend online classes, you enroll in online classes, you learn more about business or whatever it is that will improve you professionally and in your business, then go for it. In fact, again, check my video description because I am actually in the process of creating my first online course. So it's not ready yet, but you can sign up and at least you can have a better picture of what it is. So check my video description after watching this video. There's just so many resources that I am so excited to share with you because now you have time in your hands. Read books, research. You have time in your hands. Use it wisely. And you know what, guys? Nothing is more fulfilling than being able to help others, especially during this time. Now is a time where people really need our help. We need each other to help each other. So what can you do? It's not all about making money, but how you will be able to help other people. Now, if that is going to bring money for you, then good for you. If not, what's more fulfilling than money is really being able to help others. And so what can you do? What can you do to help other people? Take an inventory or make an inventory of your skills and your abilities. What can you do to help others? Like if you're good in organizing and you're very passionate in putting things together, now is the time to put together a list of resources that you can share with others. Emergency lines to call, who to call when you need food, nonprofit organizations that can help you manage your finances more wisely. So if you're good at that, put all the resources together and make it available for others. And, be creative. As I've said, you can actually start your babysitting business and even make money out of it. If you know how to grow vegetables or start your indoor vegetable garden, then make a video, whatever it is that can help others. Now is not the time to make videos just to promote yourself or just to be cute or just to gain a following. Now is the time to make videos that will make a difference in other people's lives. Videos or blogs that are going to help people based on your own uniqueness, which means based on your own skills, abilities, your passion. So, what can you do to help others? And so, this is the challenge that I'm going to leave with you. You know what? Great ideas are birthed when there is a crisis. Creativity is heightened when there is a problem. So, use this time wisely. Look for solutions and be creative. And remember, you are created for a purpose that only you can fulfill. Now, if this video has helped you in any way, please click like and share it with your family and friends. And feel free to leave a comment. You can ask questions, you can share something, whatever you want to share or talk about that is related to this video. And as I've said, this is just a part of a 3-part series video. And so click the subscribe button and the bell so you will not miss any of my videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again next time.